Dun, 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 dun. Ba, 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 ba. In today's breaking news, Mark Carney has officially joined the race, even though we all knew he was coming in.
This is station WX21, making a television broadcast direct from Niagara Falls. Are you ready, Niagara Falls? Let her go.
What's up, Canada? How's it going? I'm your host, Parmesan from Niagara Due North, coming at you with another hot one. Mark Carney has officially joined the race for Liberal leader. This is awesome. No, I really don't care at all. No, not really. Guys, before we get on, please leave a like on this video, comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. Last night, Mark Carney decided to go and make his announcement on the late, great Jon Stewart. I watched the whole thing, so you guys don't have to. It was very cringe. Okay. It was a whole lot of bootlicking. It was a whole lot of bootlicking. My God. So we need to find some kind of balance with all this stuff, man. Because, like, before Trump got elected, everything was just a boxing match. And now it's just a cuddle puddle. Let's go. Like, let's get some real, like, interviews going on here. Like, this guy's, he's a globalist. I'm pretty sure Jon Stewart doesn't like those people. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. But here we go. We're going to watch it. Stay tuned. 3, 2, 1.
Now there is turmoil. Trudeau has resigned.
Yes.
There will be new elections. When do you know when the new elections are?
They have to be by October.
Okay.
They could come sooner.
Sooner than October?
Sooner than October, yes.
Now, what would be the trigger of the election sooner?
Well, it would be likely the choice of the current governing party, which is the Liberal Party.
And you are of the Liberal Party?
I am of the Liberal Party, yes.
Uh-oh.
Are they looking for a new leader?
I think they might be, John.
Oh.
Sir, may I recommend to you, with your charm and debonair wit, yet strong
with his
financial
charm,
background, that you offer yourself have you offered yourself as leader?
I just started thinking about it when you tried.
Oh, yeah, that's not why he went on Jon Stewart at all, man. He just went on Jon Stewart just to hang out with Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart's Jon Stewart, you know?
And this will blow your mind. So the Conservatives are run by Pierre Poilievre.
Yes.
Did I say that correctly?
Yes.
It's a fictional J.K. Rowling name at best.
That
Pierre
is so
Poilievre.
not a J.K. Rowling name.
This always fascinates me. I want to show this. This is, so Trudeau, obviously.
J.K. Rowling makes good French names, I guess.
Poilievre. It looks like, and he is Trudeau's rival, yes? They look like...
Pausing. Okay. Look. At least we're fighting over that. Okay? Alright? At least we're fighting over that. And not two 80-year-olds. Did you guys see that picture of Donald Trump with Danielle Smith? Whoa, dude.
Two fictional boys' school rivals in Poilievre seems like a villain in a
fictional boys' school
Karate
rivals,
Kid
but for,
movie.
like, the
There's
chess
something
club.
very, very off-putting. What is he like in person?
Karate.
Take your time.
You're not far off. He is.
I always say
I'll say this.
Yes.
There is a
Arrogant.
type of politician. You have a few of them here in the United States. I think we just
Stop it.
Yeah. They had a lot in and around Brexit.
Yes.
And we have Mr. Poilievre. In Canada, a type of politician who's, tend to be a lifelong politician.
Really?
Tend to worship the market. They've never actually worked
In the
private sector.
Right.
And they see opportunity in tragedy, like you just had with the California fires, these
I'm
horrible
pretty sure
fires.
Pierre Poilievre
And they see
owns
opportunity in tragedy to
some
push
kind of
an
company.
agenda that, here's one they
Like, he's a millionaire.
prepared earlier,
Right.
and they fit it in. And so whether it was Brexit, here often, the starve the beast type approach. So Pierre Poilievre, when COVID started, his reaction was, this is a good time to cut spending and cut taxes. Everyone's just been pushed out of a job. Nobody's got work. So let's cut the taxes on the work they don't have, and let's take away the social safety net when everybody's vulnerable.
He's trying to say that Pierre is an opportunist. I like hearing people's takes on things when I know what's going on. All I can say about Pierre, about Donald Trump, about Giorgia Meloni, that dude in Sweden, Javier Milei, is like, we're desperate, right? And we need help. And these people are saying it. What do we have to do? Vote for PPC? Right.
When everybody's vulnerable.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how did that work out for you? Were people out of their
fortunately,
home?
he was in opposition, so.
Oh,
it
that
didn't
was his
happen.
idea.
That was his idea.
And the people now, see, the
I didn't know
headwinds
that.
for this more right-wing populism, though, are all around the world. And it feels like Canada is no different there. I mean, did Trudeau bow out because he knew he wouldn't win? Is this an attempt to give the Liberal Party there a chance?
I think it does give the Liberal Party a chance, yes.
Right. And he did that purposefully.
He came to that. Yeah, he came to that conclusion.
He came to that conclusion, or Nancy Pelosi called him and said,
Was it somewhere
or
in
one
the
of your
middle?
little satirical comedy shows up there did a bit that made fun of him for 5 minutes, and he fell apart. Who are the top?
I've seen Jon Stewart in a couple of movies. Did you guys know Jon Stewart's Jewish? But you guys didn't know that. I seen him in a couple movies. I never saw his talk show. Fuck this guy. It's actually pretty funny, though. The whole thing, it was actually pretty funny.
Who are the top contenders right now that you believe give the Liberal Party the best chance? Poilievre is going to be their champion, yes?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah.
Who would give the best opportunity?
Well, I think in a situation like this, you need change. You need to address the economy. We've got an economic crisis
You need to not be a
because
liberal.
of
There's
what
no way any liberals winning.
Mr. Trump is about to do, or saying he's about to do. But we also have challenges in housing, cost of living.
Did you
we
have
need
the
to get
same
economy
inflationary pressures that we faced here?
I can debate the absolute level, but we had the same inflationary pressures, Bob.
No, we will debate the absolute level right
Well,
here
I don't think.
and right now.
I think Canadians been very hard pressed in the last few years.
Right.
Wages have not kept up with inflation. People are falling behind, not getting ahead. Housing's very expensive, and there's this broader concern. Again, exclamation point put on by the Trump tariffs about what the future brings. The world's more divided. It's more dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
What are we going to do? And
I had to wrap my head around the wages keeping up with inflation. That's the problem with inflation. That's why it needs to stop. You know what I mean? That's why inflation needs to stop, dude. Did you know that you can grow the value of your country without printing any money? Right? If you stop printing money and business keeps coming in and people keep paying taxes, it just makes the same amount of money worth more. I wonder if that would mean products would have to start getting cheaper. But that would be deflation. I wonder what would happen about that. That's a good thing to look into. Keep in tune for the next episode. But it scares me to think that he might federally mandate a minimum wage.
truth be told, the government has been not as focused on those issues as it could be. We need to focus on them immediately. That can happen now, and that's what this election is going to be about.
Can I tell you something? I feel like I'm looking in a mirror.
What?
We just had that election.
Yeah.
Run. And when I say run, I mean not for office. I mean run.
No.
The other way.
Sorry, guys, it was really quiet
it's
earlier.
so hard. It's when the headwinds are like that, it's really difficult for a candidate to come in who is saddled with the policies that are on.
But let's say,
Oh boy.
let's say, just throwing out a
Look
wild
at you trying to preserve the relationship all of a sudden.
a wild hypothetical. Let's say.
Oh, this whole
the
episode was a
candidate
giant
wasn't part of the
relationship
government.
metaphor.
Let's say the candidate did have a lot of economic experience. Let's say the candidate did deal with crises. Let's say the candidate had a plan to deal with the challenges in the here and now.
You sneaky. You're running as an outsider.
The World Economic
I am
Forum's
outsider.
backup plan,
Wow,
man.
that's all. So you're going to be coming in there to say, I have not been in the government.
The guy who's
I
coming
have
in
worked
to
in the financial markets.
reign
I
Canada with all the
understand,
gold.
all the things that go around trade. I mean, you.
Mark Carney's going to be the one to come in and rain down on the gold. He's going to mandate a minimum wage, $30 an hour. No, well, I mean, you can't do that, but you get my point. You get my point, right? He's going to be the one. I think he's going to be the one. Okay. Look, he went on Jon Stewart. Chrystia Freeland's going to have to beat Jon Stewart. I don't. How do you beat Jon Stewart, Chrystia? Huh? Oprah? Going Oprah? That would work. That would probably work. Chrystia Freeland's too close to Justin. And yeah, we have a whole other sleuth of nobodies. I really want Francois Philippe Champagne to run. I just want to see how bad he does. Okay. Would love it. In this last clip I got, I'm pretty sure he says he doesn't say it. I'm pretty sure he's going to get rid of the consumer carbon tax. I think he's going to get rid of it on us and keep the industry ones. So everything's still going to be really expensive, but we'll save some money. Save some money. I really hope people aren't stupid enough to vote this guy in.
Gets us to the rub, which I think is why I feel like we're in such a vice when it comes to climate change and political
Liberals got yourself into
feasibility
quite the
and
vice.
What can we reasonably expect people's virtue to accomplish? You know, you've championed with the banking industry, ESG projects, you've championed climate projects. As soon as these big banks got a hold that Donald Trump was going to be back in office, they all bailed. They all bailed on all these commitments that they made, and you're left in some ways holding the carbon tax bag. Is that going to make your running more difficult?
Wow, you packed a lot in.
Yeah, that was a really good question. He's like, wow, you packed a lot in there. Yeah, that was a really good one. That was a really good freaking question, man. Good on Jon Stewart, I guess.
Into that.
I did. Can I tell you something? I read your Wikipedia page.
Later on. Two things. One, what the banks, and it's only the American banks, but what they decided to do.
Right.
Yeah. Is to focus.
I didn't know there were other banks. Go ahead.
Focus on financing. But in terms of, for Canada, what we need to do is make sure that we're addressing these issues, doing our bit, making our companies more competitive, because you know what's going to happen in the United States? 5 years from now, you're going to care about it again, right? You're going to have an election, you're going to care about it again. And we better be in a position where we've done our bit at that point. But we need to do it in a way that Canadians today are not paying the price.
Right. Now, how do you do that? That's the rub. How do you make proactive measures?
You slow it down. You regain the trust. And then every once in a while, see, I don't think this is what they did. Okay, I don't think this is the whole point. But during all of this, they have collected the data that shows them the breaking point. They can see how far they can bend it now. Now, instead of having 3 years of 500,000 migrants coming in, maybe they can pop it up to 1 million once every couple years. Boom! Just create a tiny little bit of pressure on it, instead of just overwhelming everything. Now they can be like, oh, let's not even trinkle it in. Let's just bring them in, normally 200,000-300,000, and then boom, we'll do 1 million, and then back, And they're gonna go slow. They'll take it nice and slow on us, but still try to, push.
On future disasters feasible in a political moment today. Every time I've seen a gas tax or a carbon tax floated, it's not politically feasible. So
the vast majority of our
another
emissions
good
in
question.
Canada,
You can't run on carbon tax.
come from our industry. In fact, almost 30% of our emissions from Canada come from the production and shipment of oil to the United States.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Yeah. So part of it is cleaning that up, getting those emissions down, more than changing in a very short period of time the way Canadians live.
Right, but you're not obviously going to take away our oil. You're going to.
We'd like to take. Well, you don't apparently want the oil as much as you used to.
We want it very badly.
That was fucking hilarious. Oh my god. Oh, gotta give it Jon Stewart, man. That was pretty funny. Honestly, the United States doesn't have as much oil as Donald Trump thinks they do. But yeah, did you hear all those little nuances in there? You see the problem with the carbon with emissions in Canada, 30% of it comes from the oil. So maybe we stop taxing the consumers and we just heavily tax oil and we put a cap on it. And then Danielle Smith moves to the States, or takes Alberta to the States, That's not going to happen, but it very well, that's not going to happen. What I can see happening is, and sometime in the future, is elimination of equalization payments. That would be really good for Ontario and Alberta. There you guys have it, though. Mark Carney coming in. He's the man with the plan. He's going to get it. People are going to be stupid enough to vote for this guy. People are going to do it. How many? We got to see, guys. Mark Carney is running for the leader of the Liberals. Why is everything happening? Sorry, I was literally just going to end it. Why is everything happening the exact same way in every country? Keep your eyes on Britain, right? Like, what the hell's going to happen to Keir Starmer after Canada flips like this? There's even more pressure globally against people like him. Holy. If you found value, please comment down below and tell me. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, guys. Thank you very much for joining Niagara Due North today. I'm your host, Parmesan, and I will see you guys all tomorrow.